Welcome to a very special video for touring with Liqwyd. Today we are going to be talking about what we call as Feastown Park. Although we haven't got a feast to show you, maybe we'll show you at a later stage, but we're looking at the scenes first of all before we go on to the next part of the video. And you'll find out what that is in just a bit. But look at the scenes as we speak right now, and you can see my stand for the camera is what I use basically for, of course, the straight shots, which of course you can also see zooms of beautiful skyline across the Feastown Park. Hello everybody and welcome to Feastown Park, actually Feastown Park, but anyway, welcome to a second Sunday that I've actually been to Feastown Park here. Thought I'd do a little bit of a video from a different location and a different part of the Feastown Park itself. So yeah, I might do it in snippets because it takes absolutely ages to edit all this together. So of course in segments, that's what I'm actually going to be doing. So yeah, I'm going to do it in parts, so you might see this video section here up on YouTube, and I might be of course downloading it so I can actually edit it on the VN app which I have on my actual iPhone at the moment. But yeah, it's pretty much cool here, and I'm doing the tail end or the continuation, if you like, of the pretty much live stream that I was doing earlier on TikTok. Unfortunately, the signal is a little bit weak in some areas of the park. It's not too bad. We were able to get a signal, but it was slow, basically. So it was not as probably as good as the Vodafone signal back at the other studio. But of course, that keeps on going up and up in price as well. But we know what the cause of that is. But we don't need to go into details with that. But what we can say is that this is a lovely, peaceful area. You can hear the beautiful sounds, and if you like nature, then of course this is the best way to relax here in this area of Suffolk called Feastown Park, which is literally on the outskirts, on the east side of Haverhill. That's why it's called Feastown Park. Now we're going to have the interview with myself, Liqwyd and JC, and of course we're talking about Great Yarmouth in this sort of term here as you look at the scenes from Feastown Park from the park benches. But first of all, we interview JC, who speaks about Feastown Park, and then we talk about something in Norfolk. And yes, we not only have an interview with JC, but Liqwyd speaks about it too. Why have you come to Feastown Park? What makes it inspiring for you?
Well, something out of the way.
Yep, and of course, what is the feeling that you get when you come down here?
Quietness.
The quietness.
Peaceful.
Yep.
Peaceful.
Okay. Your recent experience of Great Yarmouth. Can you sum it up in a few words?
It's better than anywhere else, but things have gone down, closed down. I don't know if I can mention them, but some food.
That's the disappointment, isn't it?
Yeah, disappointment, and you want something to eat, and then the next one you come upstairs to the place, and it's closed. So it's unfortunate, but there you go. We still have another chain, but it's not the same. That's going to pile up in the summertime. So how are you going to have another chain, like a connection, or what do you call it, a competition, that kind of thing, so people can spread it out, you know, go to the same place. But there you go. But some things have changed names, some things are different over there, and it needs to be sorted out, the rough patches.
There is some rough areas during that. I do agree with you, but the problem is, you don't stay in those sort of areas. You seem to tend to go down to the seafront. There seems to be more things going on down there. But saying that, of course, if you wanted to go and get some shopping, for example, you just have to safely go by a taxi or, of course, do something similar like that. And there is a lot of betting shops in that area as well, so that might cause an effect of it.
Right, where I stay, but and it's a little bit far out, but it's right. If you got the nearest shop around there, you got walking at a distance sort of thing. But I can give you the card.
Yeah, it's just show the card, you know.
Loyalty card, really.
Yep. But it's no use. But it's about a few years back, isn't it?
Oh, it's still used.
Yeah, but they don't use it as for the discounts though.
They probably have done, but it doesn't say a date on it.
No, but I mean they do it on bookit.com mainly.
Yeah, it's just to go on future bookings.
Yeah.
We call it. It's at georgeshotel.co.uk.
The Allen's Miller's place.
Yeah, Allen's Music Shop. Give them to mention that they do have lots of organs, not just organs, different kind of organ, not the same organ that I was looking at. They do have other guitar stuff. It's a music centre really, but there is a lot of keyboards, pianos, and whatever it is. It's a mixture, but it's very pricey, but it's worth a look.
All right, thank you for that one. I really appreciate you coming on today, and of course, lastly, I'd like to say that you didn't get a chance to play at the
Minster, yeah.
The Minster, yeah. Yeah, I nearly forgot the name.
From 10 till 12.
Martin Marshall was the director. He's
like assistant organist now.
Assistant organist, but he plays when he can.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's able to. And somebody else is now.
Yeah,
Joseph
Knight.
Joseph Knight is now the director, but he'll allow you to play.
Yeah, because he's seen me.
Because he's seen you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's no concerts yet at the moment, so we don't know when they are yet.
No.
So you'd have to look at the Great Yarmouth Minster page for that.
Yeah,
So,
if you're interested in organ recitals.
Yeah, and it's not far from the Troll Cart with Witherspoons.
Absolutely.
It does get busy in the Witherspoons there.
It's not far from Harbour Radio as well.
And there's a hotel there. I think there's not many rooms there. I think it's about 20 rooms there.
Whereabouts that?
The Troll Cart.
Oh yeah, about 20 or so rooms.
But not a lot really. But
it's okay, but
no fridge, and no.
No, that's the only thing that is disappointing.
Nice, but there is a lift there.
There's Premier Inn and there's the Colton Hotel.
If you want large breakfast, it'll be about £7.
Interesting.
A little bit more than that, but the breakfast seems retail with a drink. So the cafe that was next to the Allen's Music Shop was around about £11, £11 to £12. That's with a pot of tea, and you get a pot of water.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Not very often you get some breakfast places give you a mug of tea, but depends on what's available on the cafe. Some things, if you want extra breakfast, like an hash browns, you have to add it on.
Absolutely.
Or whatever it is, it will take what's left. Some of them they give you beans or tomatoes.
Yeah.
You can have fried toast or normal toast.
Okay, thank you very much indeed, Julian.
So there you are.
Yeah, because we've been over our 11 minutes here. But anyway, thank you very much for coming on, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Right.
Thank you. Bye bye. So my experience of Great Yarmouth was a couple of months ago when I went to the St George's Hotel. But what I would say is that, of course, it was a great experience that I had. I was actually with someone at the time, and of course, we had a great experience, especially going to the Wellington Hotel. For me, that was my favourite. Of course, we did go to the town here. You've got the pound shop, you've got the pound stretcher that I use for chargers, and got a couple of cutlery in the pound shop, which is called Poundland. They've got a couple of Poundlands there, which is quite good. I didn't actually end up going or venturing in the Troll Cart this time around when I went last time. It was in March that I went to Great Yarmouth, but of course, to summarise it, we mainly stayed in our rooms, for safety reasons. We didn't do too much walking, although, of course, when we did, we used taxis like Albies, which was, of course, on an app, which came very, very quickly on the app as well. You knew when the taxi was coming, so it's almost like an Uber, but only the difference is that it's on the meter, not on the actual Uber status, which is not metered. So that's the only difference, but reasonable price, of course. If you're coming from the Great Yarmouth train station, it'll be something from about £6 to £7, so that would be a guess. Okay, and if you're coming from the troll cart to, of course, the other end of Great Yarmouth, which is the seafront end, I would say going up to the Wellington Pier area, it would be something like £4. So obviously the further you go, the more it's going to cost. But of course, we did venture to the Wellington Bowl, right at the end, but we didn't play bowls. But of course, we went and had a look round and played a few machines and all that kind of thing. And then, of course, in the back end of it, which is the restaurant area, which is a lovely area, by the way. It's very expensive, about £10 a meal or so, for a burger, meal and chips, and maybe a Coke to go with it, or a cup of tea, whatever you choose to have. You can have a coffee as well if they have it available, and of course, or just a pint of Coke, or whatever you fancy. But of course, it doesn't eventually get to your table. Condiments like sauces come with you with the meal, which is like, of course, ketchup and your mayonnaise, blah blah blah. But yeah, I also had a hot dog as well, which was quite nice as well. But yeah, of course, it was quite a nice little venture we had. Hopefully we'll go there again at some point. But yeah, that's to summarise that, a little bit more shorter than what JC earlier spoke about, or just spoke about. But yeah, I do hope to go there again. Hopefully it'll be a warm experience, unlike it is this evening here, where we are in East Town Park of Haverhill, Suffolk, in the UK, in East Anglia. And yeah, that is in the UK, by the way. And of course, yes, we can just hear the nature birds here at its very, very best. But yeah, that sums it up there. That's just about it now. And except to say, of course, hopefully, of course, you enjoyed all the interviews here. Yeah, I hope to be in Great Yarmouth soon, which is in Norfolk, one of my finest beachsides of all time. I've done a lot of background TikTok kind of, experiences with that seaside feeling, which is the south side of the Great Yarmouth Golden Mile. It has been Nick C and JC, so thank you very much indeed. The day of the London Marathon, which started off this morning. Thank goodness it's finished. Yeah, because it made me go out of breath a little bit. Yeah, lucky I'm not out of breath with what I'm talking about here. But anyway, thank you very much indeed for watching. Cheerio for now, and we'll carry on, hopefully promoting the positivity for you. Cheerio, peace out, and God bless. And as we remind you of some of the scenes from East Town Park, which was in a kind of gloomy day, but it wasn't too bad. It was a little bit cooler than the recent days that we've had, and of course since then, of course, it's been brightened up. But yeah, it is springy kind of weather that you expect to see, and hazy sunshine, as you can clearly see there in zoom mode. But this is the view that we get from a bench side from this part of East Town Park in Haverhill, in East Anglia and in the UK. Thank you very much for taking your time to watch the video today, and of course please do hit that subscribe, and we'll catch you soon. And we hope to keep that positivity for you.